Hello, it's me, Christian. It's only me today. I don't know where Richard's gone. We knew Ozzy wasn't going to be here. That was pre-planned, but Richard has, shall we say, disappeared, because that's the correct way to pronounce that word. I don't know where he's gone. He's not replying to any of my messages, so he's either angry for no particular reason, like a scorned woman, or he's hungover, or he's stuck at work and hasn't messaged me, or he's been killed. So wherever you are, Richard, we're thinking of you, and we all hope that you're okay, or at least you're yourself, at least, and not any worse off than you were already. So, I mean, it's up to me to kind of talk about what's been going on in the past week. In the last few hours, Catalonia has declared independence from Spain. I'm sure that will go well. What else has happened? So, yeah, I've been doing a bit of Hats in Time, getting some achievements. I got the, for those of you that are familiar with the Hats in Time, I got the Train Rush achievement there without using the time stop hat. I just had the sprint hat. That was very fun. I made it with less than a second to go. It was pretty cool. I wish I was recording it, but I wasn't. In that vein, I then went on to the One Punch achievement, and I beat the Snatcher, and I did record that, but not only did I get the audio settings wrong, so you couldn't hear any of the audio, it also didn't give me the achievement, which I was a little bit disappointed about, because I'd spent half an hour on it. Anyway, so yeah, that was good. So I don't know what's happened there. It was annoying though, because it was really fun, and I got all the rhythm right and beat the boss, and it all was for naught. But what can you do? I'll give you an update on the Game of the Year, because we each chose a winner for 2010. I put the poll on my YouTube channel. I had VVVVVVV, Mass Effect 2, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and I put in an other choice there as well. And the audience have voted. In fourth place with 13% was V with 13%, I've already said that. In second place with 16% was Mass Effect 2. In third place with 33... Sorry, wait, what? Let's try that again. In fourth place was V with 13%. In third place was Mass Effect 2 with 16%. In second place was Other with 33%. And the winner, by a whisker, was Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver with 38%. So it's kind of like in I don't know, X Factor or something, where it will get whittled down and then the public votes for the final one. So you, the public, have voted. The winner of the Invisible Tower Game of the Year 2010 is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I just want you all to know, you're all completely wrong. It was the letter V 6 times was the best game. So go and fuck yourselves. What else have we got? Let's see. Apparently YouTube are fixing their algorithm so that more videos should be monetized now. Well, I'll believe that when I see it. And I won't see it, so I will never believe it. Apart from that, there's only one more thing left to say, and that's, Robot Wars. Now, there's two things left to say. First is Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf continues to be good, and also Robot Wars is back, which is my favourite. Now, some of you may not be aware of the robots that are in use, in play in Robot Wars, so I've written a guide to the 6 front runners this series, and they are in no particular order. Chaos 3. The successor to fan favourite Chaos 2, this impressive machine boasts the most powerful flipper in human history, so powerful that when it was first tested, it ripped the face off its creator, who at the time was stood 30 metres away behind a concrete wall. Instead of a face, he now sports the flipper of the late Chaos 2, and talks by expelling compressed CO2 gas through a series of carefully crafted robo-vocal cords. But to everyone else, it just sounds like screaming. Is he happy with his lot in life? We shall never know. Trump card. This entry from across the pond sports a lively orange paint job and loose Kevlar hair to jam spinning weapons. Its main form of offence is a tiny grabbing claw, which was used to great effect against Pussycat in the qualifiers. The team state that their robot is the best. I should point out I wrote this before the first episode of the series, in which there actually was a Donald Trump-based orange robot with Kevlar hair. Entirely coincidental. Next up, Hypno-Disc. Yes, the most destructive robot to have never won Robot Wars returns with a brand new spinning disc. This one exists only in your imagination, and so you must never think of it while the machine is active, lest your imagination be cut to ribbons like that of a child forced into maturity by a horrible, yet in hindsight avoidable, family tragedy. Uncle Robo. This enterprising family team built their robot around a washing machine rotor. It was made on a tight budget, and it shows. But it's the taking part that counts, and this family are having the time of their lives. Everyone is smiling. But then you look closer, and realise that none of the children have eyes. Cloud 9. The lightest robot in the competition, this micro machine is built entirely out of air. It was created by 1,000 people crying out in unison. Their breath coalesced through the sheer force of their will and became a mechanical fighting machine. What those people saw, we shall never know. None of them were ever found. Familiar. The thrum of a beating heart accompanies Familiar wherever it roams. No one remembers entering this robot into the competition, and no one in the pits will admit to creating it. Yet they fear it all the same. It makes no sound but the steady, beating drum of that infernal heart. It has no weapons but fear itself, and all who know it shall suffer. So there you go, those are the 6 front runners there to win Robot Wars. My money, personally, is on Hypnodisc. I think they've shown their destructive potential in the past, and I think I would back them to do it once again. That disc that's only... Don't think about it. If you think about it, you are lost. Apart from that, I mean, I was kind of hoping someone would be... I should have seen if someone else was up for it, but it's a bit of short notice, really, isn't it? And to be honest, I only really know 2 people well enough to just like message them and say, "Do you want to come? Do you want to come on another podcast?" One of them's in deepest, darkest Breen, probably, or Weston. The other one, God knows, like smeared across a road. That's a nice thought. So, yeah, I mean, has anyone else got anything? Who am I talking to? You can't hear me. What else has happened? Oh, Bristol City in the quarterfinals of the Carrier Bag Cup, formerly known as the Carling Cup. And they did a draw, right? They did a draw that was meant to be live streamed on Twitter, but they had horrible technical issues, and so they ended up having to pre-record it and then just put the video up. But the quality of the video was awful. Like, the video looked fine visually, but the sound quality was fucking awful. Like, I don't profess to be a professional in doing this, but I can at least make sure that when one man is speaking into one microphone, the fucking level stays the same. You know, it was really bad. One of them was really louder than the others, and oh my, it was fucking awful. And I twat out at the time. I said, me and my mates could do a better job streaming this than they have, and and I genuinely mean that. It was really awful, and it's one of those things. It makes me really annoyed. Like the amount of I know I didn't put in a huge amount of effort, but I put in the effort to this stuff to at least make it sound palatable, you know. And to see actual professionals getting paid putting on a shit show like that made me angry, to be honest, because I think I could have been doing that. And it's like when you watch a YouTube channel and they've got like 100,000 subscribers or something, or, you know, even like 20,000 for a low high number, if you see what I mean. And the video starts and it's like slightly jittery. Maybe it says unregistered Hypercam 2, and no, that's a bit much. But, you know, and then it starts like, so hello guys, and welcome to this latest video. So this episode we're gonna be, and you just watch this and you're thinking, you've got like 4 times as many subscribers as me, you got more people watching your videos than I have, and yet your videos are shit. You know, it winds me up, as you've probably noticed. Speaking of videos, I'll give a little update on my channel, because I haven't put up a new U4 video for quite some time. I haven't like stopped U4 or anything. I'm just waiting for the next expansion to come out, which is on the 16th of November, which is a Thursday. So realistically, you won't see any videos until the weekend after that. Let me see, this is an Aussie weekend. It's not an Aussie weekend, so you should see him on Saturday, hopefully, the first one. And I am also planning to live stream it as well, so head over to twitch.tv twitch.tv/Invisible Tower for that, because that is where I shall be streaming it. So yeah, you can expect that on the 18th of November, which is 3 weeks away. It's a bloody long time away, but I'm enjoying a little break, you know. It's when you just do something all the time constantly, like I was doing with you before, it gets a little bit tiresome, or as I say it, tiresome. So it helps to have a little break every now and then. In other news, I'm desperately trying to pad this out. I had the gas man round today. I had the day off work. It wasn't anything like the episode of Bottom. Oh, geez. If you guys don't know Bottom, look up stream it illegally or whatever, and find the Gas Man episode. It's fucking amazing. It's the best one they've did. The whole thing is incredible. Love a bit of Bottom. But this gas man came. I haven't been stealing gas from anyone, so there was no need for any worry. I didn't have to pretend that I drank cold tea or, attempt to murder him and throw his body onto the top of a bus. So, spoilers. So that was fine. He was admiring my collection of Lego UCS things. I'm not sure whether it was full admiration and a little bit of pity, maybe a bit of disgust mixed in there as well. But there was certainly a few covetous glances cast their way. So I shall have to make sure that I set up some kind of maybe I'll put them in like a glass cage. Like I don't know, like the crown. How about this for reference? Like the crown jewels in Johnny English, and the lights will switch off one day, and then they'll switch back on, and they'll be gone. So on second thoughts, let's not do that. That's a bad idea. I want them to stay there, so I'll leave them as they are. I didn't have anything to say about the Dalek poster or the Oddworld posters, so clearly a man of poor cultural taste. The advantage, I will say, changing the subject of this headset that I've got, is what is it, Beyerdynamic? I think it's Beyerdynamic. I can't remember. It's written on the side of the headset, so I can't see. Oh, I hold my phone up and I can gaze upon the reflection. Oh, Jesus, it's hard to look at. I think it says Beyerdynamic. Yes, Beyerdynamic. Yeah, it's a professional broadcasting quality headset, and I like it when I see people on the videos of people on the radio, and they're wearing these ones, but obviously without the microphone. And I'm thinking, yes, I'm a professional. But yeah, the advantage is I can get up and walk around when I need to, like I'm doing now. For example, it helps to get the juices flowing, because as we all know, the brains are located in the lower legs. So the more you walk about, the more that the juices flow, the brain juices, what we call creativium, if I remember my AS level biology correctly, starts to sort of pump around all the arteries and stuff down there, and then of course the lymph carries it away back to the bladder, where it is excreted out in the form of bile. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say. Apart from that, so I will leave you with that lovely thought of the excretion of bile, and I'll see you next week, where hopefully, slap my thigh, we shall have both of them at the same time. In fact, that's how hopeful I am. It's a double hope. The slapping the thigh, of course, the universally recognised symbol of hope, so we do it both at the same time. I double hope that we'll have a full house of hosts there next week, or here, in fact. We'll have them here, and you'll have them there, in your ear, crawling in like a little babblefish, or the tongue of a rapist. So I will see you all next week. Goodbye.